Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Sketchy here, and finally, I think that I have fixed my microphone issues. I just recorded this video, and then after that, I tampered with it a little bit, and so I'm re-recording the video pretty much because I fixed my microphone settings. But I am bringing you the next update for Rostermania. That was weird hand movement, sorry. I'm like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. Okay. You guys are probably too young to have seen that movie. Some of you. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the Rostermania updates. First of all, a little less important news. We'll always start with the less important news. Lethal Gaming has picked up Johnny, Mochilla, Supreme Agility, and Nelson. Honestly, great pickup. I think there are better teams without organizations, but Mochilla, Supreme Agility, and Nelson are all great players. I think that Johnny needs some work as a player, but I've only seen them play online, and Mochilla in stream said that Johnny does have connection issues. So we'll see where he goes from there. So anyways, moving into some more spicy news, more important news. Chino and Decemate have joined Team EnVy, so we can go ahead and look at the new Team EnVy roster. The new Team EnVy roster is going to be Chino, Decemate, Classic, and Hugh, the Halo player. Anyways, here you go. Quiller, Nicholas, Martin, and Jacob. Their real names. If you didn't know already, COD Gamepedia is great to learn more about pro players, pro organizations. Right here is a whole bio on Team EnVy. Just throwing that out there. It's a great website. Anyway, so that's going to be the new Team EnVy roster. Chino definitely is not as good as Slasher, in my opinion, but at the same time, I do think that he's not that bad of a downgrade to what EnVy could have ended up with. I think that Chino is actually a great player for them to pick up. He's a great player, obviously. I'm not saying that, but he is definitely a downgrade from Slasher, as I would think almost any AR is besides Octane or I'm trying to think of some other ones. You know, a couple. There's a couple. But anyways, Decimate, I think, is a huge upgrade from Temp as far as gun skill, as far as toxicity. Decimate is just a much better player. So I think that's a great move for Team EnVy. If you agree, let me know. But it is sad to see Chino off of TK, but I didn't really like TK anyways that much. I think I just didn't really like theory or accuracy. And you can see why. They're just obnoxious people. But anyways, moving on from that, Silly leaves E United. That's huge news. Felony joins. This is a problem for me. E United have not gotten any better off of this trade. I'm sorry, there's a bottle cap on my desk. E United have not gotten any better from this trade. Silly and Felony, I would say, are pretty even as far as skill. Especially recently, Silly has stepped up quite a bit. I think that they needed to drop Pristini, and because he is obviously RC's brother, they weren't going to do that. I don't think this team improved at all from this move. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but just let me know. I would like to know if you guys agree with me or not. But I think that if they would have dropped Pristini and kept Silly and picked up Felony, that would have been a much better team, and I would have loved to see them compete. I still can't wait to see how they perform. Clayster's one of my favorite players, so we'll just see. But anyways, that's the new E United roster. And Assault got dropped from Echo Fox, and now he is joining EG with Silly, and they will be replacing Nameless and Enable, obviously, because Enable and Nameless both recently got dropped from the team. And if you go on EG, on EG's page, you can see Aches, Apathy, Assault, and Silly. Honestly, I think Assault is a downgrade from Enable, very big downgrade in my opinion, and Silly is definitely a very large upgrade from Nameless. So I still don't know. I don't think this was a very good move for EG, but I also don't think it was a terrible move either. Just with the players that were available, I think this might be a decent move. It just depends on how Assault plays. He's their X factor now, because we know that Silly has been improving. He is also an X factor, I would say, but He has been improving and performing well. As far as apathy and aches, they have been performing. So, I mean, those are the two players that have been performing on the old EG roster, and I think they'll continue to perform. So we'll just have to see how Assault carries himself on this team and see if he improves as a player. So, moving on, a little bit less important, MRE's Drama and Eviction have a new team with an AM player named Brack. I've never heard of him, but he might be a good player. We'll see. They've yet to make it out of open bracket this year, and with Brack, I still don't think that they'll be able to do it with all the teams that are competing. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one, and we're going to go on Twitter because this news is not out to COD Gamepedia yet, which is crazy because COD Gamepedia usually gets their news super quick. This happened at 1:49 p.m. today. It's 8 p.m. as I'm recording this. Censor and Dashy joined Blastful and Ricky on their relegation roster, and they were picked up by I'm sorry, I just got a notification. They were picked up by Complexity, the organization. So now Ricky finally has an organization after Era didn't pay him. I'm not sure about the legalities of what's going on with Era, if they're ever going to get their money back that they should have been paid. But anyways, moving on from that, I think that's a great move for Complexity to pick up a relegation team, a team that is in the league, especially just before rosters locked, and now rosters are locked. So I don't know how much more Rostermania we will be getting, guys. But besides that, Censor and Dashy, I don't know if they're an upgrade from the old Reckless team, but they could be. It just depends. I know that Censor, even though he's not that good of a player, he works really hard and he can bring a team together. So we'll see how they perform. But I am glad that Complexity, after announcing that they wouldn't be re-entering Call of Duty, decided that they would re-enter Call of Duty because they're just a big organization and Call of Duty needs that. So anyways, moving on from that, Censor was on Lightning Pandas, and now Enable is joining Lightning Pandas. That is big news for me because, well, to clarify, Censor was not dropped yet. But, I mean, honestly, in a heartbeat, I'd drop Censor for Enable. In a heartbeat. Sources confirmed that Lightning Panda will be signing Enable, and honestly, Lightning Pandas has been teaming with Proto, who is pretty much a glorified AM all year long. Then they pick up Censor, who's pretty much a washed-up pro player. Not really. I don't think he's washed up. I think he's still decent, and I think that he should continue to compete, but he's not as good as other pros. Enable's a much better player, much better pickup, and they've been placing top 8, top 16 with the teams that they've been running with, and now it's going to be Royalty, Enable, Goonjar, and Exotic. And Exotic is filthy. I think Goonjar is one of the best ARs and most slept on ARs in the game. And I think Enable's a great pickup for this team. So we'll see. I'm not sure what positions are going to be played. But anyways, I think this is going to be a great roster. And I think that that top 8 could turn into a tournament win with a player like Enable on their team. So anyways, that is going to be it for this Rostermania update. I know you guys are enjoying these videos. I've gained a lot of subs and gotten a lot of views on these videos, which is really exciting for me, and I'm going to love to keep making them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't, leave a like, or if you did, leave a like. If you didn't, just refresh it, give it another chance. And as always, guys, this is your boy Sketchy. Much love. Peace out.